What I feel bad about are all the people that bought the fanboy crap about this truck in 2022 and 2023. Welcome back to a new episode from On Down the Road Productions. Terry here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hey, so this video is a review of a 2025 Tundra TRD Pro. I'm gonna do it. I know there's been a lot of concern around the 3.4 liter twin turbo V6. Sales are down for this truck. We're gonna look at this truck and see our perspective on it. So let's get going. Hope you enjoy the video. Really nice, come to a stop and the cameras turn on. You can see around you. Dashboard here in this TRD Pro 2025 Tundra. Lots of information coming my way as a driver. Give you a shot here of the dashboard. If you guys saw our Lexus RX 350 video, that truck, in our opinion, you know, the superior switchgear, things like that, and refinement of that truck for $58,000 said a lot to us in terms of spending that kind of money on a new vehicle nowadays. The value return, and we'd given that vehicle a buy. Now, obviously, Tundra and Tacoma sales have really crashed. I was just talking with somebody regarding strategic and technical planning. I think it was very nearsighted to take such drastic leaps with technology at Toyota USA and Toyota in terms of these trucks, with downsizing the power plants for negligible fuel economy gains and also weight reduction to compensate for the hybrid system in these trucks, which increases weight. Also too, reducing the turning circle of the truck. But I'm sitting here driving this 2025 TRD Pro Tundra. It's driving really nice. When I hit the gas, it's making performance engine sound. Don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me show you some handling here. All right, I went this same route in the RX 350. I'm doing 51. And I think the piped in rumble sound is overdone. I think they could leave that out completely, even though it is a TRD Pro. Psychologically, I mean, it's overcompensation for no V8. I'm gonna go through the turn here. You know, these people here are hitting their brakes in front of me, but I'll just go through the turn. You can see the red mark on the steering wheel here, which I like. It's got a really nice steering wheel, by the way. A really nice leather wrapped steering wheel. I wish the switchgear in this truck felt as good as it did in the Lexus RX 350. Good view here. There's a great view out the front window here as I drive. I'm very comfortable. I could drive this all day. Here's the view of what the mirrors look like as I drive to the left. Really nice sedate driving. This does have the TRD Pro suspension, so I am getting some, when I hit road bumps, for want of a better word, or road imperfections, I am getting some, you know, feeling back in the truck, but it's not bad. After I do this portion, we'll get out and do a walk around, talk about the design again, feelings on the truck. So this is a 2025, it's not the 2022. I'm driving what I believe is a more refined version of the 2022. Toyota took a lot of big hits. So here, you can see where my phone is charging down there. A very comfortable driving position. We'll be back. I'll do some acceleration testing too. I like the braking feel. It's really nice. You can soft touch these brakes. They're not like super grabby like they are in a Jeep. So the brake feel I give very high marks to on this 2025. I can't say much for 2024 and earlier Tundras. So this does feel a bit more refined to me while I'm driving it. I've noticed the lighter front end versus the last version of the Tundra, which everyone misses with that 5.7 liter V8. I'm here to tell you that if you want to buy the one I'm driving, Craig is offering a $1,000 price below invoice on top of the $3,000 rebate. And let me show you some more handling here. This is okay. I got some understeer, obviously. This is a truck, not a sports car. Braking that turn and going straight, there is some dead of center lightness, just a little bit. You know, we're dealing with electronic steering again. It takes a lot of experience to get electronic steering units 100% correct. I miss the old rack and pinion manual steering days already. Let's do this again. Here's a good sweeper turn, doing about 43 coming through here. You know, I think for, you know, one of the things I love about our 5th Gen 4Runner, it's just a nice float around town vehicle. This falls into that same category, if you ask me. So here we've got a 25 mile an hour turn here. mean, obvious for me, I would want the TRD Pro version if I bought the new Tundra. I think this would be the way to go. Nice turn in here. And we'll hit this snaker up here again. You can see these arrows pointing left. So not the most nimble at high clips of speed for turns like this. You'd want to use a bit of caution and go through there gradually. Now it could be the tires as well. The TRD Pro version comes with different tires. And let me show you the switchgear. Just hit it. It's heavy feeling and notchy. There's that noise. And I talked about the Lexus RX 350 having a more refined switchgear feel. You can hear the noise of that turn signal. And here we go. It's a bit noisy, and that feeling here needs to improve in the turn signal feel, my opinion. Now, one of the things that that got people about this truck was the smaller windshield view looking out from the truck versus the last Tundra version. As I drive this and do this video for you guys and talk about this 2025 Tundra TRD Pro, it's okay. It's manageable and you can live with it. Having the camera in the front grille lets you pull up behind people appropriately, and here's some more of that handling feel in the steering wheel right here. Turn-in's good, you got some understeer. And then here, we'll do this again here too. I'd rather have this than an EcoBoost F-150. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the EcoBoost motors are wet belt, rubber timing chain, recall monstrosities. And I know this truck's taken a heavy hit for its transmission, shifting, V6 turbo problems, and a lot of people are concerned about turbo reliability. I haven't had an issue yet with this transmission being floaty with its shifting, so pretty darn nice so far. And if you just chill with this truck, you'll be okay. I actually think you'll be okay. I'd rather have this over the, despite of the recalls, I'd rather have this over the Ram and GM trucks as well. Quality is a misnomer at Stellantis, Ford, and GM. It just is not the same. Now, is this truck as good as the previous Tundra from a quality perspective? It does need to get better. Maybe in 2025 it's gotten better. Would I want a used Tundra 2024 or earlier? Absolutely not. And the key to buying this truck is to get it below invoice, $4,000 actually, with that $3,000 rebate and the $1,000 below invoice. Do that and have them throw in the extended warranty on it. Then you are totally protected if these turbos go out and go bad. And the other thing too, I'm just giving you guys a view, giving everyone a view while I drive. The other thing is that you want to stay on top of your oil changes every 3,000, no later than 3,500 miles with turbo motors, especially in this truck. And if I bought this truck or leased it, I'd change the oil at 1,000 miles or less after I bought it. Not trusting the metal shavings excuse. And let me lift this up. This is okay. I think, even though this windshield is smaller than the previous Tundra, very livable. I'm not getting the wind noise in the door that some of the fanboy channels got. There's no wind noise. The automatic climate control works really well. I have it set at 65. It's just not constantly blaring. That's a good sign too. I'm thinking out loud that the truck is more refined for 2025. And Toyota's panicking at some of their decisions to drop the V8. Fully aware, Toyota's trying to be secretive about it, that they're going to bring back the V8 in this truck. They have to. 5.7 liter V8 will save this truck with sales being so far down. Give people what they want, give contractors what they want, is a V8 Tundra. There's no way out of this, Toyota. You can do the V8 with a 10-speed automatic or an 8-speed automatic. Just bring back the old V8. As it was. It's not always about horsepower and torque figures. It's about reliability and quality. I'll give it up for the best V8 truck engine ever made, that 5.7 liter V8. I'm not a fanboy. I'm a realist and a quality lover. And I hope the guys at Toyota, guys and gals at Toyota see this. It would not be a mistake to bring back the V8 unless they engineered this truck to not accept the V8 motor, which would have been another terrible strategic tactical decision on the part of Toyota USA. So I'm going to pull over now and we're going to talk about this truck from the outside. I'll be back, guys. Give me a minute. Need to call out that there is soft touch material here missing from the 4Runner, I believe, 6th Gen 4Runner. So this is nice. Reminds me of the 5th Gen 4Runner that we love so much. Okay folks, I am at a 48 mile an hour roll, maybe 47, and let's punch it. That was pretty good. That felt really good. It did not slam me back in the seat, but the front of the truck did lift up a bit. That was nice. Those turbos kicked on. And that was from a 47 mile an hour roll. I think a V8 would have done better, like a 5.7 liter V8 or even the 5.3 and 6.7 V8s from GM. I do know this truck's got a lot of horsepower and torque. That roll acceleration test, so this is more than fine. I've had the argument with people that like the 5th Gen 4Runner's too slow, things like that. Folks, these are trucks. And for truck performance, truck acceleration, that was nice. I'll give it, 4 out of 5 stars, if not for the feel of a true V8 engine. Really good view here of the door panel with some sunlight on it. Nice red stitching. I don't like this here. I can see this getting marred up and this getting scratched up from fingernails in this area. So I would improve that area. This here, this switchgear just doesn't feel as good as the 4Runner or Lexus switchgear I've been exposed to. But compared to Ford, GM, and Chrysler, it's competitive. And down here you've got good storage areas, things like that. Here's that soft touch here. This is just really nice for putting your arm on, which, I'm that guy that does this when I'm driving with the windows down. And here, let me go around here. You can see here, okay, entry's very straightforward. You can see the simulated machine gas and brake pedal, your dead pedal spot. You can see your buttons here for all sorts of stuff. The TRD light bar light, which is kind of cool. And this is just a good view of this interior. So again, in spite of that engine recall, and knowing that the 2025 model year Toyota Tundra is more refined than the other years, I would do this over the other pickup trucks in the market right now. I wouldn't be afraid to do it. Again, my mantra for this video is to get the extended warranty thrown into the deal. I think most dealers will do that. Then you've got full coverage and protection on the turbos and the engine. Again, my other mantra is just take it easy with this truck. Don't beat on it. Change the oil every 3,000 to 3,500 miles, and I think you'll get a long life out of it as Toyota works to rebuild the Tundra reputation. Let me go here. Here's the rear door, pretty much like the front door. This here, it feels okay, but it feels heavy. I'm not being mean, I'm being honest with this review. Okay, here we've got this. I wonder what this does. Okay, that gets you to the underneath the seat, I guess. Okay, here's the seating area. Now let me just come in here. Okay, I'm in the back seat here of this 2025 Tundra TRD Pro, and I think it's nice. It's far nicer than I imagined it would be. Not so bad. Here you can see this armrest here. Again, it needs the soft touch material of the front doors. That would be so easy for Toyota to do. Livable. Now this plastic will get really hot in the sun, but I don't know why there's no soft touch material on this right here. And this plastic is kind of flimsy, and I'm asking Toyota right now, you need to get soft touch material right here on this door. And let me show you the door, back door here. Okay, kind of heavy to open. It should open just a tiny bit easier. Let me close the door here. Okay, got a great thunk on the rear door, so I give them credit for that. So again, what I'm talking about, here's a good view of the rear seating area. I've got the other door open. You can see the view here Okay, very livable truck. I just, you know, what I feel bad about are all the people that bought the fanboy crap about this truck in 2022 and 2023. And, you know, fanboys and other people on YouTube that were like, you can trust Toyota quality. If Toyota does it, it's going to be perfect. And they're out there torture testing their new trucks, etc. And a lot of people fell for that. A couple channels really grew off these Tundra videos before it came out. And I'm just really resentful because they misled thousands and thousands of people into buying this truck in 2022. I think we were the only channel, and I think Scotty Kilmer too, that unbeknownst to each other, me or Scotty Kilmer, we were honest. We were like, these are turbos, turbo engines do this, you got to do this with your turbo motor, etc., etc., etc. And people didn't listen to Scotty Kilmer knows what he's talking about. I do too. I work in the auto industry. I'm not a certified mechanic, but I've worked on engineering teams. And I could have told you, you know, hey, wait on buying this the first year or two. I just feel bad for all the people that bought this or paid over sticker or paid MSRP for it. I mean, I also have to wonder how, and Toyota USA wasn't the only company that did this. It did not take a rocket scientist to figure out that Biden or the Democrats would stay in office an additional 4 years. I'm not getting political. They destroyed the economy, cost of living, to think you could just roll out new trucks, and Toyota's not the only one guilty of this, mark up their prices, make them cheaper to build, and expect people just to pay it, with the only real job growth in this country being government jobs for illegal workers that are coming across the border. That's effing crazy, people. Many times we wish we had a pickup truck. I would do this truck at the current price, obviously. That $3,000 rebate and the $1,000 below sticker, that is the ultimate proof that all these new trucks are overpriced by Toyota USA, including the Tundra, including the 4Runner, including the Land Cruiser. Okay? I mean, totally ridiculous. But back to this, I would rather have this truck in this interior than the Ford, GM, or Stellantis products. Putting it out there, they're just as plasticky, if not more plasticky. They're just as overpriced. Yes, again, you know, if anyone's aware of the 3.4 liter V6 issues, it's me. But I think in 2025 and beyond, you're getting a lot more refinement now in the Tundra. You know, I just wish people were held accountable at these auto companies when they screw up this bad. People should be losing their jobs. I had heard that Toyota USA, their powertrain engineers, misled Toyota Japan on test results and things like that. Simulated testing to save time and money with a locked-in set of parameters around the engine build versus actually really doing true miles testing, the torture testing they used to do in the old days. All these companies are making shortcuts. And the other part of the problem is beating up suppliers and then blaming suppliers. It's the supplier's fault, you know, the supplier did the bad crankshaft. Hey, I worked in automotive. They put suppliers through hell. They know every minute detail of what the supplier's providing. It is the OEM specification for the motor. So if the motor's got a bad valve cover or bad timing chain or a bad crankshaft or bad lifters, that supplier was delivering to spec or they'd be shot at dawn. And just blaming a supplier and ignoring the fact that you're producing garbage that's designed to last no longer than 3 or 4 years max, and having these vehicles float on the used car market is a true sin. So it's getting to the point now where you can't buy used cars because of the garbage that's on the used car market now, the problems with the used cars you could buy. And going back to this 2025 Tundra TRD Pro with, you know, again, the $1,000 below invoice and the $3,000 rebate and other incentives that might be out there, get the extended warranty thrown in, you could do a lot worse. So I would take this over the GM and Ford and Stellantis trucks right now. I just would. Would I buy it? I could. I'm not talking 2024 or earlier Tundras, but right now I think the refinements come back. I would hope that the refinement's even better in 2026. Will the great incentives be there for the 2026 model year? I don't know. I feel better about this truck. I did not get, here you can see the front doors open there. Did not get the wind buffeting noise around the A-pillar on this truck at all. I just wish it had the padded material here on the door, like up in the front doors. They do. This seems like a very livable truck. If they bring back the V8 for the 2026 model year, then you've got a winner. So I see in my head Toyota bringing back the V8 for the 2026 model year, and in my head I see more refined switchgear. There's still time to refine the switchgear. They've got the parts in the Lexus supply system just to make that soft gear touch on some of the switchgear, like the turn signal and stuff, and improve the feel of the shifter so it doesn't sound so plasticky and notchy. But I can't say that much for the GM trucks, Stellantis or Ram trucks. They have a lot of the same issues. But I would feel more comfortable in this TRD Pro than I would in any product from Ford, Stellantis, or GM. I would buy it at this price with the extended warranty thrown in. I really would, people. I wouldn't worry about too much after that. I'd be the type of person to keep it 5 or 6 years. I think at that point, values will come back up on these Tundras. Boy, when that V8 comes back in this truck, it's going to be huge. Okay, walk up and do the door close here. Listen for the thunk. That's okay. Let's do this one. Open it up here. Yeah, not so bad. I would get something to protect this here. Hopefully there's something in the aftermarket. This will get nicked up and scarred up type of thing. Again, you know, in here, weigh axle or something up in these areas. I would also weigh axle treat this truck. Here, definitely weigh axle here in this area too. It is what it is. And let's do a view here of what you see from the passenger side. We've got Toyota here with the red highlighting, which is cool. My other suggestion would be to use the same upper dashboard treatment that the 5th Gen 4Runner has. That cross-stitching look just feels a lot better. They could bring that back too as an idea, Toyota USA, to make this truck even better, because I don't like this sound. I can tap on my 4Runner dash or the Lexus dash and it doesn't make this hollow drum sound. Nice hood call out here. I do like this, and I love the red. Definitely, you can see here the windshield wiper execution. I always look at that because of my FJ Cruisers and 4Runners, the windshield wipers are so good. And let's come around here. This is a very livable front end again. You've got your Raptor lights integrated. You've got Tundra down here. You've got your fog lamps here. And this doesn't look so bad. I was super critical of the Tacoma and 4Runner having cheap looking 6th Gen folks having cheap looking front headlights that were too small. And here you can see the nice TRD rim. They're not concave in, they're more flush with the wheel, and that's all right. Here you can see the red sway bar, red springs, all that looks first rate, okay? No complaints. But again, you're gonna wanna weigh axle down through here so none of this garbage here rusts out. Time will tell, but I would run this to the weigh axle treatment center as soon as I bought it. On a lease, I don't know. Here, okay, these gaps have improved a bit since I checked out that Sequoia and other Tundras in earlier videos. It does kind of get closer here. It's not entirely perfect, but I'm seeing the gaps are better. This here drives me up the wall. This has not changed at all. Look at the paint strip you see. This should be black all the way down. So this is wrong. And let's go look at the other side. Come up through here. All these seams are good. Yeah, see this? On this side, the exact same thing. This has got to go. This black's got to come all the way down. There's more exposed here than on the other side of the A-frame of this windshield. Ridiculous, okay? Totally ridiculous. This mirror here, you've got your turn signals and stuff here. They should be bigger. Come out just a bit more and be a bit wider. Forget aesthetics, think about safety. I know this works, but I would at least extend this either down through here or just do something. Might cost some money to redesign this mirror. So coming out here, driving the vehicle, these are more than suitable for checking out, you know, for rear view and stuff like that. More than suitable. Let me back up here. Okay, this was an area here. This lines up here. Okay, not so bad. Yeah, this seems okay. Kind of comes in here with these doors and comes flush back out here. So what's going on there? This should be flush all the way through here, and it's not. Now it's flush again. So the doors are coming in here, right? Instead of being even with the roof. A lot of people wouldn't notice that, but I do. Here you've got this line, and what I think is, I don't know how they do the build process for this, but it's got to be tough to line this up with this if this is done before the truck is fully assembled. So that's something they created. That's Toyota's bed to get right. And I just don't like this cutover line here either. I know you got to have it, but actually the thing to do would be to have this all door color and leave this alone. That's it. It doesn't need to continue here at all, my opinion. Okay? Coming through here. This is nice. Will scratch if you're off-roading. Will scratch. That type of plastic. I guess this is all right too. This will scratch up too. You'd want to do that black plastic treatment on these to keep these from fading out. These will fade out over years. This type of plastic always fades out, and you know, especially if you're in a state or area with a lot of sun, I would treat these often just to keep them from fading out in direct. Tailgate well done. TRD Pro, I-Force Max. I'm okay with the bumper. You've got your step here to get into the back of the truck right there. And let's open this up. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. I got some beeping going on. So I'm kind of forcing it down. It's not going down on its own, but it is like that. Here's the cargo and bed area. You can see the lighting there. I'm not going to pull back this. Yeah, I mean, this is how I would want it. This helps with fuel economy, with air not coming over the cab and getting stuck with your tailgate up. On this, you'd want a Toyota bed cover. It just does a lot for the appeal of the truck. And this is nice branding here. You can see the rear of the truck, and that looks really good. So I see the functionality here. A lot of people buy trucks and they don't use them to their full capability. I think this is right sized for how most people would use a 2025 Tundra pickup truck. You know, you could say the other manufacturers have deeper or bigger beds, etc. But you know, I think, you know, as a realist, this is okay, and I do like the bed area on the truck. All right, guys, I'm gonna close this tailgate. I think you just lift up on it. Okay, I get a beeping noise, and it's closed, and it locks on its own. So that was nice. Here you've got your trailer stuff, which is nice to have it here because, you know, reaching up underneath the bumper is a pain in the butt. This I like too, the dual exhaust here off on the left. Nice touch. That's a good spot for that too, believe it or not. I would almost recommend though, if they could have two pipes out the back, like you see on the Ram V8 trucks. That might look really cool to have two exhaust pipes pointing straight back, but I know for the off-road community, you want it off the corner of the quarter panel and off to the side. Right here, not so bad. Nice integration with this rear mud flap, and here you can see the red shock cover for the Fox suspension, and nice looking frame. Okay, I do like the rims. Okay, I think the rims are great, the tires are great. It's a good looking truck. I would rather have this over the other manufacturers right now. If today, 2025, I had to have a truck, I was willing to buy it or lease it, this would be the winner. The fuel door for this truck is in a great spot. It's up high. Let's open that fuel door. You hit a button right here, fuel. Let's see. Well, it didn't open. Let me try that again. Well, it doesn't want to open for me. But I think this is okay. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I hit the fuel door button twice And this is how long it took for the fuel door to open. So Toyota, maybe you can fix that too. Open this up. Now, a big mistake a lot of people make, you got to run good quality fuel in your vehicles. And we've only been running 89 octane and 93 premium or 91 premium in our Lexus and 4Runners for on down the road productions. But if I owned this or leased it, I would put in 91, 93 octane all the time. Pretty straightforward that. And the reason why, it's got a high-tech twin turbo V6 motor. And here's another great view. So I give the truck high credits for the beefy frame, the beefy look of everything in here. I mean, that definitely should sell the truck. Let's do the walk around for this 2025 Tundra TRD Pro. Okay, right off the bat, good looking truck. Okay, I have said in other videos I felt the truck looks like a GMC. It does in some ways. The large grille, the integration with the front corners on the fenders, this would be the Tundra you want. I say, nice looking truck. So I understand the concave styling right here for the truck to make it look different from what's out there. So from this angle, could live with it. Not so bad. Nice rear doors. Nice side angle profile view here. We already talked about that fuel door. Coming around here, you can see the Toyota bed cover. Everything looks good. Okay, really super nice. So not a vehicle I'd want at sticker price, because I already know it's overpriced out of greed. Again, if I was Joe Blow and I had to have a full-size pickup truck right now, this would be the one I would buy due to the discounts, $1,000 below invoice and $3,000 rebate, other incentives that are parked out there to move these trucks. Again, you know, based on my experience in the automotive industry, I do know the 2025 Tundra's been refined over the 2024 and earlier Tundras. And don't get caught up in the hysteria now for people that bought the 2022 to 2024 Tundras. I mean, I think, you know, they caught a lot of mistakes with the 2025 model year, and this is way better than the 2022. I would stay away from a 2024 to 2022 Tundra all the way. The other reason I'd buy this truck is that I would love to find a 2021 Tundra TRD Pro with a 5.7 liter V8 in this kind of condition. Almost impossible to do. I suspect that would be more expensive than this. I would expect the 2021 Tundra in good condition like this truck would be more expensive or the same price point as this truck. So I would do this as the top choice for a pickup truck now in 2025. Okay, here we go. TRD Pro 5.5 and mud bath with a black interior. Basic stuff there. Fuel economy is combined city highway 19, 18 city, 20 highway. Most people aren't getting that with these trucks. I honestly feel that if you're just driving around using premium, you'll probably get 17 to 18 miles to the gallon if you're light footing it and just coasting and rolling. But I think when you use this truck to its capabilities, performance capabilities, this may not be something you can reach. Now on the highway, okay, you lock in the adaptive cruise control. I see this completely, not a problem, or even higher. Okay, so here what we got for this truck is the iForce Max twin turbo V6 hybrid, 10-speed auto trans with sequential shift. The shift filling needs to get better. 4-wheel drive, part-time 4-wheel drive with electric controlled transfer case, electric locking rear diff. The TRD Pro off-road suspension with shocks. 14-inch media display, JBL 12 speaker with subwoofer and amplifier. Good sounding audio system. 12.3-inch digital meter. The Softex TRD Pro seats we all love. The power tilt slide panoramic roof. Over here, the options are black front bumper letters, $99. You want that. The TRD Performance Air Filter, you want that. It's probably a K&N. The TRD Pro black bed lettering, you want that. The tri-fold tonneau cover, you want that. The bed step, you want that. The stainless steel door edge guards, you want that too. And the non-skid spray-on bed liner, $5.99, you want that too. You don't want to go aftermarket for your spray-on bed liner. No one does it better than the factory. Here, the total price of this, the MSRP, after delivering, processing, and handling fee of $19.45 is $77,334, okay? But if you're talking $1,000 below invoice, a $3,000 rebate on top of that, I'm guessing you can get this truck for $65 or even less, okay? And get that extended warranty thrown in. Okay, let's look at this motor. Comes right up. Let me close this. Come around here. So, you know, regrettably, I'm doing the hood prop rod test. If it has the gas struts to hold the hood open, which I think it does, or there's a hood prop rod. There's no excuse for that on the Land Cruiser and new 6th generation 4Runner. So let's just see what we got going on here. Oh, there you go. You've got gas struts. Nice, way nicer. Here, this is really good presentation actually. And let me just be Joe Blow again and see if I can do any work on this myself. Challenge to get to some things. It's a more condensed, more packaged design. The old Tundra, the last gen 4Runner, you could get to stuff. It's a bit harder to do that with this truck, but that's okay. I guess the TRD high flow air filter's in here. And let's just take a peek at that. Well, there's one. There's two. Okay, it's a TRD K&N air filter. So theoretically, don't pay for that and just buy the K&N on your own for less than $135. Top tip alert. And let me close this up. There's that one. So, you know, they're even overcharging for the K&N air filter, which you can buy on your own for this truck. There should be a sticker here saying it has a TRD performance filter, and for the mechanic not to replace it because you can take it out and clean it. There needs to be some sort of sticker here for that. So that's a big omission on Toyota's part. Even with the cold air intake cleaner kit on the 4Runner, they gave you a sticker. So if a mechanic worked on the truck, they would know not to dump your air filter or get rid of it. I don't mind this presentation. And this is the engine type of engine cover the 6th gen 4Runner and the Land Cruiser should have. They need an engine cover. And you know, on those trucks with no engine cover, you're looking at a bunch of hoses and stuff and no prop rods to hold the hood open. It just comes off cheaper. Let me show you guys what this sounds like on startup. Okay, that's all nice. That is all nice. Okay, let's go out and hear the motor run with the hood up. Okay, coming around this way. Okay, this does not sound so bad. It doesn't sound like that rickety tick 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 4-cylinder in the other Toyota trucks. I give credit to this a little bit, but motor sounds okay. Good spot for the rear seat passenger cup holders or even front seat cup holders. I like this too. Again, nice soft touch material. And here's just one more view here. I would take this over, again, other trucks right now, especially at the new price point it has. I can live with the steering in this truck. It's electronic steering, but I think it's too light. Now, you can say, due to the fact there's a V6 engine in the front, it's going to have a lighter front end. I would ask that a more firmer feel, somehow more feeling be dialed into this electric steering unit. Okay, so nice for parking situations to have such a light feeling steering wheel, but you kind of get a dead space when you go through turns at a high rate of speed. Just saying. Okay, still very livable. And you know, we're not going to go back to the days of manual rack and pinion steering, but there they have their model for precise steering and the feel that gives. So I know other companies have been successful in dialing in their electric steering very well, like Porsche, Audi, things like that. So just saying, talking out loud. So I spent a lot of time, you know, driving this truck today. I'm going to stick to it. I think the truck is more refined for 2025, and it's a safe purchase or lease with the extended warranty thrown in to the deal. And at these price points right now for the Tundra, I don't think you can go wrong, especially, you know, heck, we've got the 6.2 liter engine problems at GM, and there's issues with the 5.3, and they refuse to go back and cover all the 6.2 liters, and then they changed it to AFM from whatever the other acronym was to protect them. They did that to protect themselves legally at GM. I think what I'm trying to say is this has returned to being the best overall large pickup truck for the money at these new price points on the market. Okay, obviously some of the competition trucks will have an edge here and an edge there. I don't want them. They're loaded with recalls and quality issues, and I think I can trust Toyota right now, Toyota Japan, with the emergency drills they've done with their engineering to refine the 2025 version of this truck. That's my perspective, right? This is pretty good. And also too, at the new price point for this TRD Pro, it's literally the same or lower price point for a used 2021 old version Tundra TRD Pro with the 5.7 liter V8. So I like the truck is what I'm trying to say. And I hope for 2026 it gets even better with more soft touch materials on the rear seats. At least Toyota, please listen. Or not rear seats, the rear door panels. I can be a knucklehead. And, you know, improve the switchgear. Don't have it feel so chunky. Have it feel buttery smooth like it does in your Lexus products. That's a no-brainer. Again, you're spending Lexus money for this truck. And people just come to expect the best from Toyota and Honda. And not a truck you want to fling through turns at high speeds. Definitely not. But for, you know, chilling out, floating around town, having a kick-ass looking truck, this checks all the boxes. Okay? Again, you know, I'll reiterate that over my dead body would I buy a 2022 through 2024 Tundra under any circumstances. You know, when they take the bed off to work on the engine, they chip up paint and things like that. When a vehicle leaves the assembly line, it leaves the assembly line to preset tolerances, right? So you lose all those tolerances when the cap comes off. And I don't want the old Tundras. This Tundra, though, I would take. And, you know, I'll repeat the mantra, guys, you can shoot me later for this. Change the oil every 3,000 to 3,500 miles. Follow the maintenance in the book, and you'll be fine, I think. I really do. For a guy like me, I'd take this truck, not making that up. It's a very livable truck in 2025. Very nice, actually. So, guys, at this price point, I would buy it. I would, honestly. Or lease it. And those are my recommendations for this truck. It's come a long way since 2022. I'm not getting the road noise off the A-pillar or that vibration and fluttering with this truck. The build quality has improved. It's still not perfect, but the build quality has improved. I think you guys saw what I said about the door gaps for the 4 doors on this truck, how it kind of comes in the middle of the doors and goes flush with the roof, but that's actually no big deal. I guess, you know, I'm a stickler though, because other trucks like our 4Runner rolled off the line perfect, but they'll get there. And, you know, if you do buy this truck, you're supporting American jobs. So at this price point, not MSRP, I'm marking this truck as a buy. Here's a brake test, just normal driving, really good brake feel. Coming to a stop here, got a red light up there, and I like the brakes. They're new feeling, of course. Superior brake feel to Stellantis, Ram, and GM all the way. And I feel a better interior than GM and Ford, believe it or not. Not Ram though. The Ram interior is still class leading. For this video, for this review, I am averaging 14.7 miles to the gallon for my driving, so overinflated fuel economy claims on the window sticker. Okay, and again, that goes back to my recommendation that you run premium in this truck to get a better fuel economy number out of it. And also too, it's just running premium's way better for the engine. I'm at a stop right now. I've got a vehicle in front of me, and I'm just going to like accelerate so you guys can hear the acceleration. It feels and sounds like it has good power, and it does. Not a V8, but I would pick this motor over an EcoBoost or GM power plant or Chrysler Stellantis power plant any day of the week in 2025. Not 2024 and earlier, but any day of the week in 2025. I have more faith in Toyota engineering than I do in the other manufacturers when it comes to full-size trucks. So hey, just wait for this light to turn green. I was not expecting to do a favorable review of this truck, and I told Craig I'll keep it as positive as possible. Well, let me tell you, I'm being honest. I don't do the fanboy thing or sit here and go, oh, I get it, to try and get Toyota interested in this channel. I'm honest, and I wasn't expecting this experience from the truck, and I can say this is a lot more refined than 2024 and below Tundra. So here we go. Pretty cool. I didn't floor it, but it got up and scooted. And rear visibility, let me talk about that. It's pretty good in this truck. It doesn't have the issues of some of the other Toyota trucks I've been in. So yeah, it sounds great accelerating, and the TRD Pro version of the Tundra is the one you want, in my opinion. Again.
Do what again?
About getting in it.
Oh, it's too high.
Okay, this is Teresa's.
It needs a step.
Yeah. So Teresa's perspective, and she's the franchise. Her and Piper are the franchise. So.
It needs a step.
And what do you think about the door close, honey?
It's fine.
Manageable, yeah.
I mean, I gotta reach pretty far to get it.
That's what I thought too. Why don't you start it up and tell me what you think about the startup while I pick up my cameras that flew everywhere.
Won't start. Oh,
it does. It's kind of a delay. Let me hop up in here with you. So Predator rail could be added to the truck. So obviously Teresa again is the star of the channel with Piper. I wanted to get her perspective on this. Oh, you look fine. It looks fine. So what do you think? Oh, you got your seatbelt on?
Yes.
Let me get mine on too before you start moving. Okay, 1 second, honey. I appreciate your patience. Okay, so what's your first impression after starting it? It's got dual zone climate control, and you can open the tailgate from inside. It's really nice. And you can adjust the seat too, honey.
I did.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, Teresa's put it in drive. Yeah, okay, so what did you think of the shifting? How did the shifting feel for you?
I think it feels fine.
Okay, you don't feel that it's too notchy or anything?
No.
Okay, that's good, because I said it was too notchy compared to the Lexus we just did.
Well, it's a Lexus, and I didn't like that bump thing on the Lexus.
Oh yeah, the bump shifting, yeah. Okay, so...
Oh, wow, it's like a truck for sure. Like you don't have that Lexus suspension I'm used to.
Oh, what about the brake feel? What do you think about that?
I don't hate it like I hate the Jeep braking. That, what a mess that is.
Yeah, right.
This seems pretty smooth.
Okay. Can we get you to take it out on the main road so you can
No, because I didn't have.
Okay,
no,
okay.
I'll just drive it around here.
Okay. Get to the street and give it a little bit of gas so you can hear how it sounds. It's got a V8 sound.
Sounds pretty quiet.
Oh, well, give it some gas.
Well,
Go ahead.
Can I turn here first?
All right, give it some gas.
It's got a little rumble.
Yeah, that's piped in actually, the noise.
Oh.
That's not the true engine sound.
Okay.
Now, how do you feel about the rear view mirror and stuff like that?
This seems kind of small.
Okay, all right.
Like the rear view mirror should be a little bigger.
Okay. Now, could you see yourself, like, definitely this would be a big win for our trailer situation, but could you see yourself like living in this vehicle, driving it to work and doing things around town? The back seat's really nice on this. How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure that my lifestyle is the target market for this vehicle. I think it's very nice, and I think I could make it work. But I think I have become accustomed to the luxury of the
Lexus,
and that would be hard to give up.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, Teresa, well, thank you for giving us your perspective.
But it's very nice. It drives very. I like the steering. You know, I'm always a fan of the electric steering.
Yeah. Hey guys, let me tell you how great it was to get Teresa's perspective for this video. Thank you, Teresa. We love you. Guys, thanks for watching this episode, our review of a 2025 TRD Pro Tundra. This was nicer than I thought it would be. I would say get past the hysteria of the 2022 to 2024 model years and get this truck with the steep discounts. You can call Craig at Fox Toyota, contact info in this video to buy this one. I wish I could actually. I had this argument at a Harley dealership last year with a disgruntled customer. You know, no one should buy a Harley because they went woke, whatever the guy was complaining about. I said, well look, you know, this dealership employs people, okay, etc. That was my point of view. I feel the same way about this. I would not buy a 2024 to 2022 Tundra ever, but this one I would. I actually will with the discounts that are on the truck right now. So it's offering a very good value proposition at the lower price. And I gotta be honest with you guys, it should have always been priced at $64,000 or $65,000. Toyota should not have gotten greedy. I mean, who are the idiots that come up with these get-rich screw people pricing schemes on these full-size trucks and SUVs, etc.? Most people don't have it. So, you know, I don't feel sorry for Toyota for taking the hit. And you know, this whole thing of, you know, Toyota does such a good job of listening to its customers. No, they don't. This is proof of it, okay? And here's the other problem. The Lexus part supply system has better parts running through it, right? For better feeling switchgear and things like that. If I was running Toyota, I'd commonize that SHIT right now. Because you know, even when you dump $60,000 on a vehicle, it shouldn't feel like an 80s vehicle when you do the switchgear. That's a good example, actually. So again, you know, I fully recommend that you could buy this. Definitely lease it, but you could buy it. But you know, I would take the extra step of having the extended warranty thrown into the deal. Now, one thing I didn't talk about too much in the video is that when you're towing with this truck or carrying heavy loads, my understanding is that the turbos are on constantly. Another good reason to change the oil every 3,000 to 3,500 miles, and to also get that extended warranty thrown into the deal. Guys, we appreciate you. Thank you for watching this review. We've got more videos coming. I'll be looking at more vehicles and also to motorcycle content. I have the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride this weekend coming up, and that's to raise money to fight men's pancreatic cancer and for men's health. Please check out our other videos. Give us a like, subscribe, or share. We appreciate that. And we're growing, and it's thanks to you. Guys, we are on your side. I do think of you. I approach these videos not from an entitlement perspective. I approach these videos from a common sense perspective and a consumer perspective, because you know, I raised my son alone. I've always been on a budget. I'm actually a good shopper, and you know, back in the old days, auto manufacturers were more focused on what was affordable, what people could actually afford, right? And we need those days to come back, okay? I think it's ridiculous that, you know, well, Toyota did cut prices on the Tundra right now, but you know, they should just get aggressive and cut those prices permanently and move a bunch of Tundras and move a bunch of Tacomas too, with huge price cuts. You know, just readjust the price and let it sit, okay? And dealers are still gonna make money, Toyota's still gonna make money. So guys, thanks for watching this episode. You get knocked down, get back up. Life is too short. Life is not about money or materialism. Life is about crossing that finish line. Everyone, God bless, and we'll see you next episode.